even the briefest of glances in the direction of the Volkswagen Golf Alltrack confirms that this is the familiar Audi A6 Allroad, Volvo V90 Cross Country and, of course, VW Passat Alltrack recipe. It's small. Being more compact, the Golf estate-based Alltrack will be more cost-effective to run, but it operates in a niche with little competition, save primarily for its in-house cousins, the Seat Leon Experience and Skoda Octavia Scout. Looking further afield, the similarly sized Subaru Lev Sport Tourer is similar in concept, if not execution, while the Volvo V40 Cross Country is based on a slinky, and smaller, hatchback body. Off-road systems. Apart from the obvious SUV-influenced looks which feature bare plastic bumper trims and a 15mm higher ride height, there's some surprising capability here. Volkswagen's 4Motion four-wheel drive joins a system called DDS which aims to mirror the effect of locking the differentials in true, hardcore off-roader style. Essentially this means optimum traction at all times for rougher terrain. The Alltrack also gets XDS Plus, which brakes the wheels on the inside of corners slightly to improve cornering performance on road. There's also an off-road drive mode, which activates the hill descent function, brakes the car automatically to retain control on steep descents, and modified throttle and ABS functions optimized for off-road driving. A brake towing weight of up to 2,000 kilograms additionally makes it a capable tow car. Diesel-only engine lineup. There's a choice of two engines, both diesels, starting with a 150 horsepower 2.0-liter TDI and a 184 horsepower version of the same engine. The former come with a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the latter only with a 7-speed DSG dual-clutch automatic. A 110 horsepower 1.6-liter TDI was available until the 2017 facelift. No surprise that the 150 horsepower 2.0-liter is the slower of the pair, completing the 0 to 62 miles per hour benchmark sprint in 8.9 seconds. It's more economical and efficient, with a 56.5 miles per gallon claimed combined economy and 129 grams/km CO2 output. Choose the auto-only 184 horsepower version and not much changes, taking 7.8 seconds to sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour and still returning 54.3 miles per gallon, though emissions of 137 grams/km push it into the next tax band. Alltrack's styling changes. The redesigned front and rear bumpers, coupled with the black plastic styling addenda, which characterizes the Alltrack as an off-road type of vehicle, are highlighted by chrome tailpipes and a bespoke silver styling package. Inside it's based largely on the Golf Estate GT trim, so there's a leather-trimmed steering wheel, dual-zone climate control, LED headlights following the 2017 facelift, Discover sat-nav with touchscreen infotainment system, cruise control, and a driver alert system to sense when you're getting tired. Plus there's the obligatory smattering of Alltrack logos. While the other Golfs received a facelift for 2017, most of the visual changes were lost on the Alltrack, save for keener eyes clocking the new lights and interior improvements. Most significant was the 7-speed DSG replacing the previous 6-speeder on the 184 horsepower version. Volkswagen Golf Alltrack model history. April 2015, orders opened for the Alltrack with first deliveries in the August. All versions have diesel engines. 1.6-liter TDI with 110 horsepower and 2.0-liter TDI producing 150 horsepower and 184 horsepower, suspension raised by 15mm and 4Motion four-wheel drive. June 2016, minor improvements across the range include an allergy filter for the dual-zone climate control. February 2017, revised lights front and rear, an improved 8.0-inch multimedia system and the discontinuation of the 1.6-liter TDI version. The range-topping model's 6-speed DSG transmission is replaced by one with 7 ratios. Read the full Volkswagen Golf Alltrack review to see why this rugged addition to the lineup is more than just the estate in fancy dress. Economical range of diesel engines. But they're less economical than in the Golf estate. Most powerful is automatic only. If you're expecting Volkswagen Golf Alltrack performance to be a highlight, you could be disappointed. For a start, there are no petrol engines offered in the UK, so a choice of 2 diesel is your limit. Diesel-centric engine range initially helping it stand out from the 2.0-liter only Seat Leon Experience and Skoda Octavia Scout, with which it shares much of its technology, was the option of a 1.6-liter TDI with 110 horsepower, but this was discontinued at the start of 2017. It was no great loss because it wasn't the most efficient in the range, despite being the slowest. Most popular is the 2.0-litre TDI with 150 horsepower and 340 Nm of torque. It dispenses with the benchmark 0 to 62 miles per hour test in just 8.9 seconds and claims a theoretical top speed of 129 miles per hour. That extra performance and flexibility comes into its own on the open road, as this engine is only available with the easy shifting 6-speed manual gearbox with well-spread ratios. Those who require the car to change gear for them will need to invest in the most powerful 2.0-litre TDI, with 184 horsepower and 380 Nm of torque, for its 7-speed DSG dual-clutch automatic gearbox. Quicker than its less powerful sibling, this engine allows the four-wheel drive Alltrack to complete the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint in 7.8 seconds and onto a top speed of 136 miles per hour. Confidence-boosting levels of traction doesn't really excite the driver. Though softer springs to cope with mild off-roading most of the time, there's no appreciable difference between the way the Volkswagen Golf Alltrack handles and any other Golf estate. That's to say, it is never particularly exciting, dramatic or engaging, but perfectly neat, safe, secure and confidence-inspiring. A standard XDS electronic differential at the front means turn-in is relatively sharp, with an agile and responsive front end that reacts quickly to the steering. The steering wheel may not be overloaded with informative feedback, but the supreme traction offered by the 4Motion four-wheel drive system means you're never left questioning where this car's limits are. A switchable drive mode select function allows you to adapt the response of the steering and engine between comfort, sport, normal, eco and individually tailored modes. That said, there is more body roll than in a regular Golf estate, courtesy of springs that place the car's body 25 mm higher, while being a softer setup to deal with any off-road obstacles. If you do take it off-road, the Alltrack comes with an extra off-road function in the drive profile selector, which includes a hill descent control that regulates your speed when descending slopes, without you having to touch the pedals at all. Classy cabin is just like every Golf, meaning the Alltrack isn't distinctive, well-made and fabulous to use, though this aspect is arguably where the Golf Alltrack is at its most underwhelming. Not because there's anything wrong with the cabin, far from it, but because it looks exactly like the Golfs it's based on, save for a sprinkling of badges, different materials on the seats and Pavano-designed dashboard appliques. That does mean it's impeccably well built, with robust and tactile switchgear finished with the precision that many premium manufacturers would be envious of. It's a clean and uncluttered design, with simple surfacing, subtle detailing and unfussy trim inlays with intuitive controls for the climate and audio functions. Minor cabin revisions were introduced at the 2017 facelift, hallmarked by the improved multimedia system with an 8.0-inch touchscreen, in addition to the option of the active info display instrumentation with customizable graphics. The white-on-black instruments are super simple to read on the move, while the touchscreen that also operates the standard Discover navigation system is quick to respond to inputs and looks good. Controls on the attractive 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel operate audio, voice input and cruise control to ensure you can keep your eyes on the road at all times. Like the Golf, it's easy to get comfortable when sat in the driver's seat. There's plenty of adjustment both for chair and steering wheel, and the center console armrest can be maneuvered into a position perfect for resting your elbow while cruising along the motorway. Supple ride makes it feel even comfier. Discontinued smallest engine was the noisiest. Easy to obtain a great driving position. If there's one thing this range has always been renowned for, it's refinement, and as such Volkswagen Golf Alltrack comfort is impeccable. We're picking fault to say the weakest link is the formerly available to 1.6-litre TDI engine. It radiated a slight clatter through to the cabin when you pressed on. In truth, it's the 2.0-litre diesel with 150 horsepower that is the sweetest of the range, feeling slightly more refined than the slightly faster 184 horsepower version, with a hushed and quiet engine note that is anything but intrusive. The seats, like those found in the rest of Golf range, are perfectly comfortable with ample adjustment, and there's enough room for adults front and rear. While the suspension is soft and supple, which does blunt this car's handling a fraction, it means the Golf Alltrack is supremely comfortable, regardless of distance traveled or time in the car. Just a single high-end trim level for the Alltrack: sat-nav, climate control and four-wheel drive, all standard. Many options, some of which are off-road focused. There's only one specification level for the Golf Alltrack, so standard equipment is the same no matter which of the engines you opt for. Standard Volkswagen Golf Alltrack equipment based on the well-appointed Golf Estate GT model. Every Alltrack comes loaded to the gunnels with kit as standard, though with a starting price of around £28,500 you would expect that. All have 4-motion 4-wheel drive, including the XDS electronic differentials front and rear, plus the off-road mode in the driver profile selection and 15mm higher ride height. To keep emissions down and economy high, stop-start is standard, too. Inside the Alltrack is loaded with kit, including DAB radio, sat-nav, with an 8.0-inch touchscreen, Bluetooth connectivity, dual-zone climate control, electric windows and special Alltrack upholstery for the seats. Rain-sensing wipers and automatic headlights, as well as a rear-view mirror that automatically dims itself to make life on the road easier, as does the adaptive cruise control and parking sensors front and rear. Headlights are the full LED variety, with partial LED illumination in the taillights, too. The Alltrack stands out further thanks to its 17-inch Valley alloy wheels and flared plastic arch extensions. Optional Volkswagen Golf Alltrack accessories. There's a vast array of optional extras available for the Golf Alltrack, and it's easy to personalize your car's specification, though be aware the cost will soon add up. You can improve the looks of your Alltrack with the 18-inch Canyon alloy wheels, while the Dynamic Chassis Control (DCC) allows you to tailor the suspension's responses to your needs. A reversing camera will make parking the Alltrack easier, though for those who really want to let the car take the strain, the automatic self-parking system will steer the car into a space for you. The interior can be spruced up with black leather upholstery, though it's unusually expensive, and a panoramic glass roof helps keep it feeling bright and airy. Audiophiles can specify the upgraded Dynaudio HiFi package. Keyless entry, high beam assist for the headlights and the active info display virtual instrumentation. And for those considering making use of the car's rugged abilities, the heated steering wheel and rubber floor mats are worth adding. As is the winter pack, which encompasses heated seats and windscreen along with a headlight wash system. Lots of safety kit is standard on the Alltrack 4-wheel drive, common across the range. 5-star Euro NCAP crash test rating. Euro NCAP won't specifically crash test the Volkswagen Golf Alltrack, so it automatically scores the same 5-star safety rating as the regular hatchback. The good news, in typical VW fashion, is the Golf Alltrack is loaded with safety features. As standard, you'll notice there are 7 airbags, an electronic stability control system, lane departure warning, and a system that detects when the driver is getting tired or drowsy. As it's based on the Golf Estate and GT specification, the Alltrack also benefits from autonomous emergency braking, reducing the risk of collision with unexpected vehicles at low speed, and adaptive cruise control to ensure that you always remain a safe distance from the vehicle in front while operating the system. Plus, whichever engine you choose, every Golf Alltrack comes with VW's 4-motion 4-wheel drive system as standard. As flexible as the regular Golf Estate, surprisingly capable off the beaten track tows up to 2,000 kilograms of brake trailer. Fundamentally, the Volkswagen Golf Alltrack shares its bodywork with the Estate, so internal practicality is identical to that car. This equates to a 605-litre boot with all seats in use and 1,620 litres when folded, almost flat into the floor. There's a generous level of rear legroom too, and if you're a fan of the standard Golf hatch, but need a little more flexibility without going the whole hog down the crossover route, this Alltrack is a sensible proposition. Like the rest of the range, storage space is ample, with a decent-sized glove box, though the CD player and SD card slots take up some space. Large door pockets, ideal for storing water bottles, and a center console cubby under the armrest for other odds and ends. And in terms of go-anywhere ability, this Alltrack is more practical than any other in the range. The 15mm ride height increase and standard 4-motion 4-wheel drive system allowing it to traverse any number of rough tracks and uneven ground. In fact, despite this modest suspension rise, the Alltrack is surprisingly capable at dealing with relatively extreme obstacles. This car has also been designed with towing in mind, and anyone keen can take advantage of this car's 2,000 kilograms braked tow limit.